So this is Joe Duffy, Sam Payne, and Jim Blair. Sam and I are going to have a conversation with Jim Blair about Social Security. Jim was with Social Security for 35 years. He's currently one of the owners of Premier Social Security. So Jim, take it off.
Sure. Social Security can be a confusing program. And the thing that people hear all the time, if you watch TV or listen to the radio, is that the politicians are saying, either I'm not going to touch Social Security or we're going to change Social Security. Well, the problem is if they do nothing, then you're going to see your benefits change anyhow, because under the current law and the regulations, Social Security Administration cannot operate in the red. They currently have a lot of money, $2.8 trillion, but that will be gone in about 10 years. And once that is gone, they still have money coming in. It's not that it's going to go away, but they'll have enough coming in to cover only about 80% of their obligation. Because they can't operate in the red, everybody's going to see a 20% pay cut. I don't believe Congress is going to allow that to happen. If for no other reason, are you going to vote for somebody that gives you a 20% pay cut? They know that, and they'll make sure that the changes that need to be made will be made. That brings up the next fear that people have. What are they going to do to my benefits? A lot of people know that they're eligible for a benefit now at age 62. And I hope most people know what their full retirement age is. It's going to range anywhere in this day and age from 66 to 67. It's getting to the point where most people, it's 66 and 2 months up to 67. And so what changes can they be looking for? Well, one of the changes that we see almost every time in every proposal is moving that full retirement age to age 70. People are living longer. According to the Social Security Administration, a male in his 60s has a life expectancy of 84, a female around age 87. And they tell us that half of those folks will live in their upper 80s, early 90s, and a quarter the people in their 60s will live to be 95 or older. Of course, they don't tell us who that is. We got to figure that out on our own. But people are living longer. And so they need to figure out when to start benefits. Age 70 is just, it's in every proposal out there. So I think it's going to happen. Now, will it be overnight? No. Moving it from 65 to 67, what they did in the 1983 changes, that took 22 years. And it was about 7 years or so before it even started. So people at 55 or older, you're probably looking at whatever the current law says your full retirement age is. But folks in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, you're going to start seeing it move, and a lot of those folks are going to see a full retirement age of age 70. Haven't heard any talk about moving that lower end. So people could still file at 62. Problem is, if they move the full retirement age to 70 and you go out at 62, you're probably going to see about a 50% reduction. It's going to be a lot more of a reduction than if you wait until age 70. Now, one of the other things that I think will happen is they're going to raise what you pay the Social Security tax on. This year, it caps out at $160,200. Next year, that's going to $168,600. And what they want to do is raise it to about $250,000. Or there's some talk where they would still cut it off at the 168 figure. And if you earn over 400,000, it kicks back in. Probably not at the same percentage as it is now, but it'll kick back in. And that brings along another problem that a lot of people ask me about. What about means testing? Mm-hmm. Well, what it looks like they're going to do is say we're going to change how benefits are computed. And currently, they look at all of the earnings you pay Social Security tax on and use that in the computation of your benefit. They're probably going to cap the average wage for people and cap the amount that they factor in when they compute the benefit. So lower earners will probably get the same amount of money. It's your higher earners that will receive less in the future than what the law calls for them to receive today. I guess the good news is they'll still receive something, but it
Right.
won't be based on all of the earnings that they paid the Social Security tax on. So those are probably two of the biggest changes. But what goes along with that is delayed retirement credits. And a lot of people understand that if you work past full retirement age and don't take Social Security, well, you don't have to work, but if you don't take your Social Security at full retirement age, you earn an increase in your monthly benefit. For each year you delay, you earn an 8% increase. Well, you earn that starting at full retirement age, and that ends at age 70. If they raise the full retirement age to age 70, that does away with those delayed retirement credits. And even if they raise it to 72 or 74, not many people want to wait till 70 as it is. How many will want to wait even longer than that to start their Social Security benefits? But I think those are the biggest ones that we're looking at.
So you said, Jim, that at age 55, if people are age 55 or greater now, probably not going to see much of a change.
Even if they would see a change, it might be a couple of months, but probably 55 or older won't see anything.
Well, this is the first time in a long time I've been glad to be 59.
Yeah, occasionally there's a good reason to be old.
Yeah.
But not too often.
So delayed claiming age, perhaps increased taxes, maybe means testing, probably some little bit of all of that. The question is, what should the average person who's hearing this news about Social Security, maybe for the first time, what can they do to prepare?
It's very confusing, and a lot of times they don't even think about it. They just go to work every day, come home, and then when they get ready to retire, now they start looking at it. Well, first thing I like people to do, go on the Social Security website, ssa.gov, and sign up for the My Social Security online account. That way you can look at your Social Security statement. You want to make sure your wages are posted correct each year, but it will also give you an idea of what your benefits are going to be. Now, the other part of that is they don't understand what happens if I file at 62 or wait till full retirement age or wait till 70. What's that going to do to my benefits? Who else is eligible on my record? Is my spouse eligible? Do I have any kids that are eligible? And one of the ones, the items that people tend to forget about, and maybe that's because we don't want to think about our mortality, is the survivor benefit. Mm-hmm. And if I file at age 62 and take a reduced benefit and my spouse steps into my shoes when I pass away, her benefit's reduced. If I wait till 70 and maximize my benefit, then she gets that maximized benefit as well. So how important are survivor benefits and people's planning when they're looking ahead for the benefits? One of the saddest things, I think, when I was taking claims for Social Security benefits, you would have a couple and they were receiving their benefits and things were fine, and then one would pass away and you would tell the surviving spouse, normally the wife was the surviving spouse, and you would tell her what the benefit's going to be, and she'd say, but that's not enough money. Because just because somebody dies doesn't mean your expenses get cut in half. Yeah. But yet you lose some benefits from Social Security because now it's not two people receiving, it's one. It's real important to talk to people who know about Social Security. You want to talk to a consultant who's been trained. For instance, that's what I do. With Premier Social Security Consulting, we have what we call the National Social Security Advisor Certificate Program. And we teach financial advisors, CPAs, insurance agents about Social Security. And they understand about retirement benefits, spousal benefits, are kids involved, what about ex-spouses, that type of thing. So they have a good understanding of Social Security. So maybe I'm a little prejudiced, but I think the NSSA program is the best one out there. And I would advise people that when they're thinking about their retirement, go see a financial advisor that has been trained through the NSSA program. And what they're able to do is not only look at Social Security, but they'll look at their other finances and help that individual determine what is best for me. How do I maximize my benefit, not just with Social Security, but with my savings or any other pension plan that I might have. So it's the best way to do it. It's just so hard for the general public to get the knowledge that they need just themselves.
Right, right. Well, Jim, I really appreciate you spending time with Sam and I and talking about this. And I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the training that Sam and I both got, going through your NSSA program has been invaluable and, allows us to have much more in-depth conversations with our clients. So, Jim, thank you so much. Sam, thank you so much. Appreciate the time today.